Okay. So I'm here to provide you with a briefing in regards to several of our officers being shot at last night, or early this morning, I should say. So approximately about 1 o'clock a.m. this morning, our officers were parked in the area. I'm going to say Kishwaukee and what used to be Lewis is now Bear Boulevard, I believe it is. Officers were sitting there. There were 3 squad cars parked there when the officers heard a distinct gunshot, and at that point one of our officers realized his squad car had been struck with a bullet, and the bullet actually went through the door and hit the officer. So all 3 officers were able to leave the area relatively quickly, and I would say uninjured for the most part, physical injury that is. We have had a full court press in that area since this incident occurred at 1 o'clock this morning, and we will continue all of our efforts and leave no stone unturned to ensure our perpetrators of last night's heinous event is brought into custody. Just statement-wise, our investigative unit has been doing a phenomenal job. We do have some leads that we are following up on, and in regards to the gun violence, and very specifically coming after our men and women of this police department that put their lives on the line every day to protect the city, will not be tolerated. Rest assured, all of our resources that we have available, our additional state partners and federal partners, we will be utilizing every resource to bring these individuals to justice. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Chief. I'll just start by simply saying the amount of violence that's going on the streets of Rockford is not acceptable. We just announced the phenomenal work of our police department, finding, I believe it was 308 guns this year from January through August 31st, which is about an 80% increase from the year prior. Our officers are out there doing every single thing they can to protect all of us and keep our community safe. We need citizen participation, and that's not just from citizens who happen to be on the scene, but these folks who commit these acts, they talk about it to their boyfriends and girlfriends, they talk about it to their parents, to their cousins, to their friends. Get out here and start sharing that information, because lives are on the line. We've already lost far too many citizens, and potentially last night we had a chance and horrific tragedy of potentially losing one of our peacekeepers. I think last night was really a stark reminder of the dedication that all of our officers show every single day. In the morning when they put on that uniform, they remind themselves of that oath, that they put their lives before all of us as citizens. And we have to, the least we can do to help pay some of that back is by sharing information, participating in making our city safe. I gotta say, one of the worst calls you can get that I got immediately after was from Chief Red. And I wanna say a huge thank you to Chief Red for taking this incident so seriously, taking every single measure, and all the officers who were out there and responding last night for the amazing work they did yesterday and continue to do today with the Detective Bureau. I obviously take all violence seriously. But to commit an act of violence against individuals who are out there literally putting their lives on the line for all of us is unconscionable and not acceptable. And I hope as Rockfordians, we take any act of violence or any threat of violence against one of our police officers as an act of violence or a threat of violence against us as an entire community. And I certainly want to say I always keep, it's not, I just keep today mentioning the officers, but it's also their families that are doing that same dedication for our city. And so I would just say anyone out there with information, please step forward and share it. We know information is out there and being shared in circles we may not be in. So thank you.